Have you ever stared at your ceiling at 3 a.m., your heart pounding, not from a bad dream, but from a crushing weight of a number? For me, that number was $20,000. It came from a barbershop business that absolutely tanked, and it left me feeling trapped. I still remember checking my bank account one morning, and I realized I had more debt than cash to my name. Sleepless nights became normal. I started avoiding calls. Even opening my banking app gave me anxiety. And Proverbs 22 verse number 7, the borrower is a slave to the lender. Stop feeling like a Bible verse. It felt like my life. And here's the thing. God didn't design you and me for a lifetime of bondage. He wired you for freedom. Real financial freedom. Today I'm going to share the exact biblical blueprint I used to crush my debt fast. Not some get-rich-quick gimmick, but a kingdom strategy grounded in wisdom, discipline, and stewardship. And if you have ever felt stuck or ashamed about your finances, type gazelle in the comments. That is a way of saying, I'm running toward freedom. Ready? Let's go. Step 1. Confront the numbers, but kill the shame. For a long time, I avoided looking at the numbers. Every notification stressed me out. Every unknown call felt like bad news. I kept telling myself, I will deal with it tomorrow, but tomorrow kept turning into next week. Until one night, I finally sat down with my laptop and opened everything. Every debt, every balance, every interest rate, and honestly, I felt sick. But Proverbs 27 verse number 23 says, be diligent to know the state of your flocks. In modern language, know your numbers, because you cannot defeat what you refuse to face. But here's what changed everything. I stopped looking at my debt with shame, and I started looking at it with responsibility. I took a pen, opened my Bible, and next to each debt, I wrote a promise from the scripture. That shift from slave to steward changed me mentally. And once my mindset changed, my habit started changing too. Step number 2, you need to ask God for a strategy, not just rescue. Most people pray, Lord, get me out of debt. But God is not just a rescuer. He is a teacher. Remember the widow in 2 Kings chapter 4? Creditors were coming for her sons. And Elijah didn't just hand her money. He gave her a strategy. He asked, what do you have in your house? That question hit me hard because I realized I had spent months praying for a breakthrough while ignoring the skills already sitting in my hands. Even you right now, you already have oil somewhere. It could be a skill, an idea, or an opportunity, something that God can multiply. God multiplies what you move, not what you complain about. So instead of only praying for rescue, start praying, Lord, show me the strategy. And step number 3, stop borrowing. If you're in a hole, the best thing you can do is to stop digging. Proverbs 6 says to escape debt like a gazelle, escaping a hunter. You see, a gazelle doesn't casually walk away from the danger. It runs for its life. That became my mentality. I stopped spending emotionally. No random shopping. No gadgets. No more trying to impress people. Because I realized something painful. Every swipe of my card was me stealing peace from my own future self. Romans 13 verse number 8 says, owe no one anything except to love one another. That verse stopped sounding restrictive to me. It started sounding peaceful. Step number 4, pay down debt with purpose and creativity. Once I stopped borrowing, every extra dollar had one assignment. Destroy debt. I used the debt snowball method, attacking the smallest balance first, while paying minimum on the rest. And honestly, seeing the first debt disappear gave me hope again. That is when I asked myself, what do I already have that God can multiply? Remember the widow's oil? I realized I had been praying for breakthrough while ignoring the skills. So after work, tired and exhausted, I started side hustles. And some nights, I didn't feel like doing it. Some nights, I felt like I just want to quit. But every dollar from that and every bonus from my job went straight to the debt payment. No more impressing people. No more emotional spending. I just want the freedom. And something powerful started happening. The smaller my debt became, the stronger my confidence grew. That is the power of momentum. Once the first debt was gone, I rolled that payment into the next debt. Then the next, and eventually I became debt-free. And honestly, the peace that came with that felt better than buying things I couldn't afford ever did. Step 5, you need to celebrate progress. Celebrate every milestone. Pray, praise, thank God for every small win, because every payment is a proof progress is happening. Getting out of debt God's way isn't about perfection. It's about consistent wisdom. and application of every rule in the book that you can use to get out of debt. That pressure on your chest, it is temporary. You are not called to live financially trapped forever. You are called to build, serve, and live in freedom. If you are ready to start running towards freedom, type Gazelle in the comments. And remember, you got this, but even more importantly, God's got you. All the best in your debt payments, and this strategy will work for you. God bless you.